Hello everyone, welcome to my page Dinner and Sweets for You. Today I will be sharing one of my favorite recipe, which is Sorullito. Sorullito you can eat it at any time, but normally we use it as an appetizer. So let's see. Here are the ingredients. We're using cornmeal. I like this brand because it makes them very moist and yummy. Approximately 1.5 cup of water, which we're gonna be boiling later. Approximately 3 spoons of sugar, 2 spoons of butter, and I use yellow cheese, and we cut it like this to then put it in the meal when we prepare it. So let's do the second step to see how this goes. Okay, now we're gonna set up the stove in high, and we're gonna put our water to boil. Also, we will be adding the butter and wait until boil. That way we can put it and add it to the rest of the mix, and then start making our sorullitos. Okay, let's wait until boil. Okay, now we have our boiling in water with the butter. We turn it off, and now this water we will be adding to the rest of the mix. Okay, we have our boiled water here, but first we're gonna be adding the sugar to our cornmeal. Make sure everything goes together. I prefer to using a fork. I believe is the best way to mix everything. So after we incorporate the sugar to the cornmeal, we put our boiling water. So this is the tricky part because it all depends how you do this mix, how the sorullitos is gonna come out. They're supposed to come out crispy but not hard. So, and make sure that they don't spread in when you put them in to fry. So we have here 1.5 of a cup, but we may not use the whole thing. So let's see. So the important thing is to make sure everything gets mixed together, but not too wet and neither too dry. So let's see. Now we're gonna be mixing everything little by little. This is not something that you have to put all together at the same time. You put a little bit, you start mixing, then put a little bit more. That's how I do it, to make sure I don't put too much, or just to make sure I have the right. You see, when you have it like this, it's still needing a little bit more. But make sure you mix very well. I think we need maybe a little bit more, and that will be good. Just a tiny. Okay. So you see, you notice that it doesn't look wet, but it have a consistency of, will help you when you put it in your hands to work with. All right, so now with clean hands, make sure your hands are clean. I just washed them before I start working. So you're gonna take, you can use a spoon. It will help you to measure, but you will need just maybe a little bit in your hand, and then you're gonna start pressing to make like a flat bread kind of. So after that, you have your cheese cut it ready to go. And then you can put 1 or 2 pieces. I always put 2 because give that flavor of the cheese when you bite it, since it gets melted after frying it. And then you roll it. You give like a little shape. And then you will be putting on the side. This is a Sorullito. This is not the last part of it, but this is part of the procedure. So that mix that I share with you today, it will give you for approximately 7 to 10 Sorullitos. So now they're ready to go to the fryer. Let's see. Okay, so the time to start frying, make sure that your oil is very hot, but not like it will burn, because we want the Sorullito to cook evenly. So it give you the time to melt the cheese and not burn the outside. So I have it on number 2, which is like low medium. So I will be putting my first Sorullito. This one open a little bit, but it's okay. Second one, I don't put too many, so it doesn't give me a hard time then moving around or flipping them too, so they can cook evenly. So you keep it hot, but not to burn them. So now, after maybe a minute, I let them cook for one side, and then carefully I flip them to the other side. You want them to look like maybe a tan color, not to burn. You want them crispy and with a good flavor. So these ones are halfway done, and they're looking super yummy already. Okay, after the second flip, you start taking them out. You may start hearing that bubbling. It's because the cheese maybe start coming out. So that's a sign that you need to take them or remove them from the oil. So you see, this is how they're supposed to look. So this is the final product for my Sorullitos. I hope you guys enjoy. Again, this is the brand that I use. It's called La Fe. For me, is the best one to do this kind of Sorullitos. So you can find them. I believe they have them at any Hispanic supermarket. I'm sorry, or Walmart. So you can also you make some of the mayo ketchup. Mayo ketchup is just mayo and ketchup and some garlic. Some people use them like that. I normally like to use them by itself, but most of the people, they like to add it with dip the Sorullitos in the mayo ketchup. So this is how it's supposed to look when you bite it. All right, yummy, yummy. I love it. Maybe a dip, and enjoy. Thank you for watching.